Hi, my name is David, and I'm the guy who created Gif Lingua. It's an extensive reading site that supports your in-class teaching, and students can find over 3,000 leveled readers here. And you as a teacher can use our LMS now and assign student reading and evaluate the writing of students. So let's show you how that works here. I'm in the LMS and I'm registered as a teacher. Every teacher will have a Teach tab appearing at the top, and when you click it, you'll get to the LMS. You got some handy tabs here on the right. Please use them and let me explain what they are. I'm in classes right now. You also have a drop-down menu to add a class or to go to any class here on the left. So let's go to level 1 class. Here's the class homepage as it appears for a teacher. And these are the books the teacher has assigned on the class page. At any time, you can remove books from your class page. And you can also browse the site and add books to your class page. There's a handy plus button. You can also click Books Written and see the books that students have written. There's only been one book written in this class so far. You have a Student tab, and it lists all the students in your classroom. You can add students very easily, and I'll show you that in a second. But at any time, you can edit your students and change their username, student name, or temporary password. If the password's been activated already, you won't be able to change that. You can also see when the student last logged in, and you can also see how many times the student has visited Gif Lingua and basically how many sessions they've had. After 30 minutes, the student will be logged out of a session. If I go to the reports for the class, you get some handy reports. You can set the date range. You can download the reports as an Excel file. And you can see all the books that are written and go from the most to the least for each student. And how many books were read also. If you click on a student, books read, you can see that this student has read 3 books so far. After a book is read, for everybody on the site, they get a little done sticker. That means they've read all the pages and listened to all the audio. Students have to spend at least 3 seconds on each page, or they won't get credit for the book being read. So make your students aware of that. Let's go back to the LMS, and let's show you how you create a class and invite students. It's very easy. There's a create button when you're in your classes, or click it from the drop-down menu. Create a class. I'm going to call it level 3. Now you see I have my level 3 class here. At any time you can edit the name of the class or delete the class if you don't want to use it anymore. Next step is inviting students. Click the Student tab. Here I got to make sure I'm in the right class, so I'm going to go to Students, level 3, and what I want to do is add students. There are 3 ways to add or invite students. One is generate some accounts. So here you go. I'm going to generate 5 student accounts, and they'll have the root name of your class name. If I click generate accounts, you will see there are 5 accounts generated. That's the username for the student, and I could also put their first and last name if I want. For example. Then I click create student list, and they will be added to my list. The students, after that, you will supply them with a temporary password and username, and they'll be asked to change their temporary password when they log in on book.giflingua.com/book or /login. So here we go. We got the accounts. You can always change the temporary password to something very simple for the students if you want, before providing that to the student. You can download it as an Excel or print that off, and then just give the username and temporary password to each student. Very, very simple. Another way to add students, so let's go back. Option 2 is to provide students with a class code. So every class has a unique class code, and just tell the student to go to book.giflingua.com/register, put in the class code, and bingo, they'll appear on your class list. And you can, they'll see your class page, and you can get reports of their student reading and what they've written. The third way to do it is to enter student email addresses and send them a link with instructions, and they just register through that link, and they'll be part of your classroom. So just make sure on each line you put in the student email, like this, and then click send. And the students will get that email message. There we go. And click send. So here we have our class list. We've invited the students, but there's nothing on the class page. So how do you do that? Well, very easy. Just go to our catalog of over 3,000 books. Maybe you're doing a lesson on the environment, let's say. Let's look at what books we have for the environment. It should pull up in a second. Here we go. So here's the books we've got on the environment. You simply just click a book, select the class, and it will appear on the class page. So I'm going to go back here to the class page, and I'm going to check out that the book is there. Level 3, there you go. The book is there for the students to read. The student simply clicks on the detail page, and it will open up the book. And like normal, you will get all the menus. I'm logged in as a teacher, so I can also copy books, translate them in other languages. I can download PowerPoint. The book is a PowerPoint or an EPUB to put up maybe on Google Drive and store them all, so students don't have to be online. They don't even have to come to English Gif Lingua. You can download as a teacher the resources. There's a worksheet set for each book, and generally it's at the same level as the book, but it really gives you a lot of options. There's a lot of pages for each book and a lot of worksheets. So you, the teacher, know best and can use those worksheets to see what will work with your students. Students, when they're using the site, can personalize their page. They can turn off the speech, turn on the speech, change the colors of the page and text. They can hide the text and just listen if they want. Students and teachers can also make a book a favorite and go to your favorite page and show your students all those books that you think are favorites. There's so much to do. Just hover over the top of a browser, and you'll get the menu back when you're in a book. And I'm going to go back to the teacher tools. I'm going to go back to the reports. And when I go back to level 3, you'll see into reports again. There you go. Nobody's read or written anything, but it will soon start, and you can see the points for each student. As a student reads a book, every GIF or every page they consume or read will take their point total up 1. But make sure they stay on a GIF at least 3 seconds. Otherwise, they won't get credit for it. Same with books read. If they're just skipping through it and really quickly, they won't get credit for it. and they won't fulfill the goals you as a teacher set with your students. Click this handy help button here, and there's a lot of stuff that really can help you. Look at the questions, how do I download books and materials, etc. A lot of stuff that can help you. If you have any technical problems or glitches, Gif Lingua works on every screen, every phone, every tablet, every laptop. But if you have any problems, just send us a little message and maybe a screenshot with information if you can, possibly. We also will have an app. Next week we're releasing our native apps, and I'll do a tutorial on that. It's a little different experience. It's not really studying books, but studying individual GIFs related to a theme, like people or grammar or food or animals, etc. I really hope you'll use Gif Lingua as a teacher, and I hope you'll be here with me on this journey as we make a GIF corpus and tag GIFs for all the words and expressions of the English language. Thank you for listening, and this has been David, over and out.